Like, miracles happen to me every freaking day, but there's a reason why they keep happening to me. I'm just the one crazy enough to write down all my dreams in these notebooks. That's why in my life, I can do anything because I actually show up to do it. Travis Porter was my first group. And if you're from Atlanta in the 2010 era, Travis Porter was as big as anybody.
100%.
In this city.
Huge.
Our biggest song was ripped away from us because it ended up being Roscoe Dash's song. This is when I first signed off. Fast forward, I'm managing 2 Chainz. But I told 2 Chainz, I'm really good at e-commerce. I'm going to make you rich. So I go to him with an idea to take over his merch. Santa Claus doing the dab dance. The Shopify app was ka-ching, 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 nonstop. It wouldn't stop. Wiz Khalifa wore it. Miley Cyrus, Amber Rose, Candy, Ray J. No, we had everybody wearing it. At the time, our nonprofit had ran out of money. And so I'm in Atlantic City and I stopped the tour across America. We're helping kids all across America. Bank account went to zero. My manager quit. That's what usually happens. What year is this? This is 2020. Okay. So, not my bank account, but the nonprofit's bank account. I had already donated $400,000 of my dollars to it. So I was like, we really need to start getting money from companies and other people. And so I'm in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Thought it was a nice place. I went there. Got an Airbnb. Somebody got shot next door.
Wow.
It was a rough city. I did not know Atlantic City. I always thought it was nice.
Not just the casino.
Yeah, no. So I'm there and I needed a blessing. And so I'm walking in a labyrinth. You know what a labyrinth is?
A labyrinth.
It's like a maze.
It's like a maze, but it's in the spiritual world, it's people go in there to manifest. But if you notice at a lot of churches, they have them too. There's a church in Buckhead, the big Methodist church. They have a labyrinth outside, right by Phipps Plaza. And so I found this Methodist church near Atlantic City. They had a labyrinth. So I'm very spiritual, but spiritual and God and universe is all the same thing to me. So I'm praying to God. I'm I need a blessing. I'm walking in a labyrinth and I saw that a company's donating $500,000. Now you're probably thinking Charlie's a little crazy. I am. Let's go ahead and establish that I am a little crazy. But there's a reason why I'm a lightning rod for luck. I actually have a process to doing this on repeat my whole life. So I see a company donating $500,000, and I started dancing in the labyrinth. And I told my camera guy and I told my intern, I was like, guys, I saw this. Let's just act like it already happened. Yeah. And so I'm dancing. I'm ooh, we got the money. And if you looked at us from a distance, you would probably be what's these grown men doing? Because we're outside a Methodist church in a maze. Right. Laughing as if we got $500,000. So then we go back to the Airbnb and I start putting in action, but not with companies. I start calling high net worth individuals and we're getting $1,000 here, $1,000 there, fundraising for the kids. And then I get an email from somebody who I don't know, have no relationships with. Her name is Jen. And the end of her email said, at Hasbro, the toy company. And so I told my boys, I was like, this is it. I saw it. I saw $500,000 coming from a corporation. I just got a cold email, no relationship. And she said, we want to get on the phone. So I'm convinced this is the big 500,000 fairy tale. I saw it. Of course, duh. Universe is conspiring for me. Of course. We get on the Zoom call and I don't treat it like a normal Zoom call. Have you ever seen Greatest Showman?
Yes.
They have a song on there called A Million Dreams. Okay. And we start off the Zoom call by going theatrical, singing that song. We're on top of the stairs, on top of the counter, and no small talk on the Zoom call. We're starting it off by singing A Million Dreams because we know that this is the big one.
With the lady from Hasbro.
Yeah, no. This is a meeting. But I don't start it off with, how you doing? What's the weather like? No. We're singing A Million Dreams. I'm crazy. Let's establish that. So she said, I have a big announcement I want to make to you, Charlie. We want to donate $50,000. And I was grateful and weirdly disappointed because I was expecting
Yeah.
500,000.
Of course.
Because I saw it in the labyrinth.
Yeah.
I'm outside the church. I'm manifesting. I'm dreaming. I'm praying. And I saw 500,000 and I knew that this was going to be it. And yet the words that came out of her mouth were, we want to donate 50,000. And I'm obviously very grateful because this is going to help a lot of the kids. But I told my boys after the call, I was like, damn, we got work to do. Yeah. That's not it. That wasn't what I thought it would be, but let's keep working. Jen emails me the next day. Says, we had a conversation with the team. We want to donate 150,000.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God. And then the next day I got another email. She said the higher ups got involved. They want to scrap the entire influencer marketing budget for this year. And we want to give the full $450,000 to you guys. We raised $750,000 in 3 weeks. I saw it. Now, how many emails did I do? None. I didn't reach out to companies. I did make phone calls to my friends who were high net worth individuals, but none of them connected me with her. I believed it was done. I was dancing in the labyrinth. I felt as if it was actually done. I start putting in work in one form or another. Like I believe like the universe is like motion activated.
Yeah.
You know, like it's motion activated. I do believe that 1 + 1 = 2. If I do this, I will get this. Yeah. But I also believe that it's 1 + 1 can equal 1,000. Because I keep getting 1,000 when I ask for big. For example, it's a lot like a restaurant. If you go to a restaurant and you order something, they will bring it to you. Mm-hmm. And here I am in a labyrinth. I saw something and then I ordered it. I saw it on the menu and I ordered it and I felt like I was eating it. And then it was delivered to me. Did I do that? Not fully. Not a little 100%. Bit. But this keeps happening in my life. And I believe that like my process of being like a lightning rod of luck on repeat is a testament. I'm just the one crazy enough to write down all my dreams in these notebooks. I'm the one crazy enough to be in a labyrinth dancing as if it was already done. I'm the one crazy enough to actually show up and just start making phone calls because I believe it's going to be easy. I don't think anything's going to be hard. Nothing. If I see it, it's done. Time just hasn't caught up yet. So if it's done, I'm now expecting it. I'm not wishing. I'm not hoping. I'm just trying to collapse the quantum particles and whatever weird stuff goes on in this universe or with God, all of the above, that no, I'm supposed to have everything that I see in my eyes. If I close, people say, if I see it, I'll believe it. Yeah. That's being realistic. But if I see it, I believe it. My eyes are closed and I can see things. So I believe it. My eyes don't need to be open to see. So I guess why I'm so passionate about this is because we live in a world where like life is pretty hard. And there's a lot of bad things going on in each one of our lives. And we see so many people get blessed that aren't us over and over. And it's like, why can't that happen to me? And for somebody like me who's dealt with a lot of things in my life, I get knocked down so many freaking times. But you see how I talk to myself in my notebooks. I talk as a delusional man. Yeah. I am delusional that all this stuff that I want is mine. It's mine now. I'm expecting it. And so there's a reason why I've been able to do a lot of things. It's not because I'm funny. I didn't grow up with money. I'm not talented, and I'm not particularly the most handsome man or the most witty or the most clever or the most talented. But what I am is I am the most delusional. And that's why in my life, I can do anything because I actually show up to do it. Yeah. Most people don't show up to do because they're being realistic. So your heart wants something. And then your brain likes that at first. It's like, oh, that's exciting. But then the brain takes over and starts doing its job and says, okay, we need to think about this. Okay, if this goes wrong, then we need to solve for that. And then what if this goes wrong? And then how much money do we need to actually do that? Or what if this? And now it became this like dream that was right here. And then it became reality right here.
Yeah.
And when you get to that reality, I call it like the valley of reality. That's where most all dreams die.
In the valley of reality.
But then if we put the heart in charge and we get the brain being like, okay, let's go your way. My way ain't really working because I'm so smart, but yet we're not where we need to be. I'll work for you.
I love that.
So that's what I've been able to do. I've been able to just get my brain to be coherent and as delusional as my heart is. And so I actually show up and I the thing is, I'll put the cart before the horse. And when the cart's before the horse, all you have left is a horse. You never needed the cart. You get on the horse and you go. You don't even need the cart. Sure. Put the cart before the horse, get on the horse, and then go.
Let's go. Oh, we're going to have a great conversation. All right. I think it started already. Do me a favor, y'all. Let me. Sorry.
This is swinging a little bit. I don't know if I'm messing anything up.
No, you're good.
Audio wise.
Be comfortable. Be comfortable. You're good. You're good. Trust me. This is going to be good.
I knew I was going to be excited for this.
This is going to be a great conversation.
Because I think the world of you, bro. I think you are such a genius. Like, it's just very few people who, like, I would get fired up to have a conversation. You and Matty J.
Thank you.
Like,
man.
I call
That's
Matty J all the time because he's a genius. He really is a genius.
100%.
And I don't know if people know it. But, like, I get so excited to talk to this man because there's just not too many geniuses. And I feel the same way about you.
Oh, this is going to be good. Do you go to all the interviews? Yeah. This is going to be the best one. Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast. Man, this is going to be a very interesting and entertaining and motivational conversation because I've watched this gentleman for a very, very long time. And, you know, he's just one of those people that always has his hands in the stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you see stuff going on. He's got a hand in pretty much everything, especially when it comes to Atlanta. I don't know if he's still in the music industry like that anymore, but I got a chance to really watch your work. And you are one of the most driven people I've ever met. And I'm excited. Charlie, Jabaley, Rockets. welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, man.
Man, I'm so happy to have you. What are you doing right now?
Dreaming.
Like, we know, like, you manage 2 Chainz and Street Execs, and we know you from a lot of amazing things. And then you lost a bunch of weight, and you're running Ironmans and stuff. What are you doing now?
I'm actually going into a new dream chapter where I'm dreaming up new dreams. I've been able in my life to achieve a lot of the dreams that I've wanted to achieve, like becoming a millionaire was a big one for me. I always wanted to, like, bike across America. I did that. I always wanted to become a Nike athlete. I got fortunate enough to do that, which was very crazy. I was fortunate enough to manage some of the biggest hip-hop artists in the world. That was a big dream. I always wanted to have, like, clothing lines, and I had, like, 5 different $1 million clothing lines. That was fun. I always wanted to be like a philanthropist, so I built one of the most visible nonprofits in the world. That was fun. And I don't say any of this as like me not being humble. It sounds weird.
No, it's cool. No, because I'm asking what you got going on now, and then you're walking into another dream chapter. I like the way you put that. But it's almost like once you accomplish all the stuff that you wanted to accomplish, what do we do?
Well, that's the thing with me. Like, somebody tried to talk me out of, like, who I am the other day. Like, he's a very wise man.
Try to talk you out of who you are?
He said, Charlie, are you happy? I said, yeah, I'm happy. He said, but you seem unsettled. I said, I'm always unsettled. He said, what if you didn't chase anymore? You're always on a chase. I said, That's the sport I like to play. Because I'm the type, I'm not afraid to walk away from a $15 million a year business and like start over. I'm not afraid of that.
Why wouldn't you be? I'd be terrified. Especially if it's the only $15 million business you got. I mean,
it is, there's a degree of it that is terrifying, but there's a degree that's really exciting. Because like, if I'm a painter, do I want to like just keep adding color to my painting? Or do I want to like, that one's done, okay, new canvas. I want to paint a new picture. I'm a painter. So why do I want to just keep changing the color of the sky on this picture and just keep layering? No, like that picture, like I look at any bad thing that happens to me as a blessing. If y'all didn't get from the intro, like I'm a delusional optimist. So like, when I was at the height of my career in the music industry, I got sick with a brain tumor. And that's a scary time, but I don't like staying in bad moments. And people ask me like, why? Why are you the delusional optimist? Like, why do you look at something bad as good? And I was like, because it's not fun.
Brain tumor.
Yeah.
I'm sure you didn't look at this brain tumor and say, well, this is fun.
No, I kind of go into a dark place. Dark place is not fun to be in.
Yeah.
I was called to nature quite a bit, and I would like sit on a beach, and I would like talk to God, and I'd be like trying to figure out like this thing like in my notebook, like I'm trying to like figure out life. And then I would like close my eyes, and I saw a movie screen, and the movie screen was like my life. And I saw this kid who had a dream, and his dream was to be an athlete, but he's like short, he's fat, he's white. So
bunch of disadvantages to athletics.
Lot of disadvantages. So the kid did the smart thing and buried his dream and found something he could be good at realistically, and he went on to become a businessman, and he became a very good businessman, and he made a lot of money. And then he gets sick with a brain tumor, and then he dies. And so I saw that on the screen, and I said, that movie sucks. That's a bad, like the Rotten Tomato score on that is like 18. like bad movie. Buries a dream, gets rich, dies.
Yeah.
And so I said, what would be a good movie? Good movie would be this. Kid buries his dream. Goes on to make a lot of money. Gets sick with a brain tumor. Now that brain tumor is a gift, because this is what's going to make the movie good. You can hear Maddie J's voice. So now the brain tumor is a gift, because now we get to have a good movie. What's a movie without a really bad thing that happens? Just imagine a love story where they never break up. Or just imagine Pursuit of Happiness, and he was never struggling, and he never got evicted, never slept in the subway. So now I find a piece of gratitude, a piece of optimism in this, because now the brain tumor is a gift. Okay. He gets sick with a brain tumor. He leaves the music industry. Okay, that would be a good movie. He goes back to his original dream of being an athlete. He becomes a Nike athlete. He is in a commercial with LeBron James and Serena Williams, and he's on the cover of magazines, and he's doing all these inspirational things. And then he starts helping kids with cancer. That's a good movie.
I didn't think he was going to get out of that question. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't think the answer was going to be that good.
But that's me. I don't enjoy letting a bad situation stay bad. It's not fun. I'll go back to that. It's not fun. I want to have fun. This isn't my practice life. This is my only one. My entire existence on this earth revolves around me trying to live the most interesting life I could possibly live. Why? Because that is fun. And when we are in a bad situation, it plays like a broken record. over and over, and it can't get out of our mind because it's bad. But people live that way for their entire lifetime when a bad situation happens. And that's not fun. What is fun? Being a delusional optimist. No, brain tumors form me. There is 2 frequencies. There's pronoia and paranoia. Paranoia is the universe is conspiring against me.
Yep.
Pronoia is the universe is conspiring for me. The second I'm in a shitty situation and I find that this brain tumor is a gift, is the second I start feeling happy. Okay.
Because the alternative is you have the brain tumor, you're sad about it, and you die. That's alternative.
Yeah.
As you're telling the story, I'm like, that. I think that I haven't heard anyone frame out how to look at a negative situation in a positive quite like you have. And I've seen a lot of speakers. That was good, Charlie.
I just want to have fun.
Okay. Right now.
Yeah.
Are we focused on business?
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, and thank you, because you sent me a box of coconut juice, coconut water.
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
Thank you.
That's your company?
I'm a part of it. Yeah, I'm one of the owners of it.
How'd you get involved in that?
Well, very interesting situation. Small manifestation story. I went to a shaman.
And actually, really? Oh, the story's about to get really good. Okay, hold on. Do you have a valuation of this company right now? Because it's big.
It's anywhere between 80 and 120 million. It's growing very rapidly.
I had to set the foundation for this really, really good story. Okay. You beat the Charmin. Charmin is a what?
A shaman.
Shaman.
A shaman. He's like a spiritual healer. I met him in L.A. through one of Scooter Braun's people.
Bro, I think I read about it in a book. I thought that's a real thing.
Shamans are like, have you ever heard of somebody who goes and does ayahuasca in the jungle?
What's that?
It's plant medicine. Anyways, I haven't done plant medicine.
This plant medicine? Ayahuasca? No?
No.
Okay. Any ayahuasca? No?
This is a very L.A. Austin thing.
Okay.
Long story short, this guy is a black shaman from College Park, Georgia.
Okay.
Okay. So when Scooter Braun's people put me on the phone with him, I was like, "Where are you from?" Because he's talking like he's from Atlanta. Yeah. He said, "I'm from College Park." I was like, "Man, you sound so cool." Come to find out, he has magical energy. He kind of analyzes my body with his energy, and he's like, "You're dehydrated. You need to drink coconut water."
Whoa, 1 second. When you put your hands like this, what do you mean? He doesn't, it's not a blood test or something? Or?
No. No, he's a shaman. So he's like an energy healer. Woo-woo.
I think I heard about I heard energy healing, but I thought it was just a term. But you're saying there's people out here that can look at your body.
They're like energy priests.
But they visually scan your situation.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells you you're dehydrated.
Well, he told me a lot of things, but it was very, I'm making this story very simple. Long story short.
Let's make it complex because I want to know.
Okay. Long story short. we work together. He's testing my chakras. He's seeing different things, people that need to be out of my life. He's noticing blockages and even emotional blockages and all these things. But a simple thing he said is, I need you to start drinking coconut water.
Charlie, I'm so sorry. I can't just speed past it because I don't understand what's happening here. I don't understand that.
Want me to get him on the phone?
I don't know if I want him to scam me.
His name is Prana. He's super cool. You should actually have him on the show.
Okay, when he's saying people that is he general terms, there's certain people.
So I had a business partner. He's like, this person's not supposed to be in your life. And
really?
And it's come to find out a couple of years later, we went separate ways and my life got significantly better.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go to the coconut water.
Okay.
Because I think I have too many questions and it's not gonna come out.
This is funny.
Well, okay.
I knew this interview was gonna be great. You're
This
awesome.
is good, bro.
Okay, so he said one of the things I need you to do is really get hydrated, but not with water. Drink coconut water. So I'm buying coconut water for the first time, and I buy like Harmless Harvest. Okay, and he said buy that one. It's really good. Get at Whole Foods, and it's like pink in color. And so me in my marketing brain, I'm like, the pink concept is like, I like that. Like, obviously, we did the pink trap house, and, you know, you'll see, like, people like Lil Uzi do the pink, and it's like, pink is a good color, and yet this coconut water is pink. And so I started telling my friend Trav, and I like speaking everything that I want in life. I believe, like, have you ever heard the term abracadabra?
Yeah.
What do you think of?
Magic,
right?
Yeah.
So the meaning, the Aramaic origin of the word abracadabra is not like here's a magic trick, poof. But it is kind of. It means as I speak, I create. That's the meaning. And so our words are spells. Okay? That's why they call it spelling.
We're getting so deep here.
Abracadabra. As I speak, I create. Our words are spells. That's why they call it spelling. Our words are like a magic wand. There is one species on this planet that knows how to create us. And there's one species on this planet that knows how to speak us. We are creators. It's in the Bible. It is in quantum physics. It is literally when I speak, I look at any opportunity as an opportunity to speak on my dreams. Now, it is very popular culture to say, don't tell small-minded people your dreams, or don't say anything, you're going to jinx it, or go in hiding and come out, like beast mode or whatever is said. Like, don't tell people what you're going to do. Just do it. I'm the opposite. I get any chance to tell somebody what I'm going to do, I speak it, and I speak it with confidence, so much confidence that they don't even get an opinion on it, because I'm going to honestly speak on it as if it's already done.
I understand you feel stuck in your business, and I know why. It's one of these four things are off. Either you don't have a coach, you don't know how to create content, you don't have a strong cash flow model, or you don't have a community. And this is exactly why I created the Morning Meetup. Listen, y'all been watching this podcast for years now. For $97 a month, I've been coaching entrepreneurs every single week, but right now I have a different goal to invite 10,000 members in. So for a very limited time, this community is only $19 a month. You will get me live every single Monday, and I'm answering your questions every single Tuesday. We got community day every Friday. So you need a coach, somebody that understands business. You need to understand how to create content. We teach that every single week. You also need a strong cash flow model. That's what this entrepreneurship thing is about. And number 4, you have to have a community. I want to connect you with other entrepreneurs that are in your backyard from around the country. All right, so click the link below or themorningmeetup.com. $19 a month and you're locked in. Let's go.
So I'm talking to my boy Trav, successful businessman in California. And I said, I'm going to start a coconut water company. It's going to be called Pink. Did I start a coconut water company? No. What happens? I go to New York, and the biggest donor of our nonprofit, his name is John Chiarondo. He has legend tickets at the Yankees game. He's sitting there. I'm sitting there. He's telling me about his coconut water company. I'm like, I really like it. Like, I drink it. And he was in a regional area of New York. It wasn't nationwide yet. And I said, John, I think I could put this on my back. I think I can take this thing national. He said, put a game plan together. Next thing you know, I have a coconut water company. And I needed to do something crazy because I told John I could take it national. So we're reaching out to all the different brands, and they're not responding to us. Whole Foods, they're not responding to us. Of course, everybody wants to be in there. So I do something crazy to shake it up because I'm delusional.
Of course.
I'm like, this is going to be easy.
Clearly.
I am the king of the hand slap. I can't wait to get my hand slapped. If I'm not getting my hand slapped, I'm not doing my job as a delusional optimist.
Okay.
So I make a post, and I call out the buyer at Sprouts. Sprouts is a nationwide grocery store, and they're the tastemakers. They influence the rest of the industry. And there's this one guy at Sprouts who makes the decisions. So I call him out on Instagram in a good way. I say, sir, we've reached out a few times. You haven't responded. We have a marketing plan that will be so big for Sprouts, not for our company, but for Sprouts. I have an idea that's going to drive hundreds of thousands of people to your stores. And I asked my followers to tag him in the comments. He saw it. I'm at a restaurant. My business partners call me and say, Charlie, we're in trouble. They showed me the email. He replied that quickly. Within like an hour, he replied. And he said, I don't like being called out publicly. I feel attacked. And I'm like, oh no, I just got my hand slapped. I'm in trouble with my business partners.
Of course.
And then 5 minutes later, he emails. He said, but it worked. I'll give you a meeting. And he said a Zoom meeting. I said, and I replied, I said, I will drive to Phoenix to meet you in person. Can I meet you in person? I knew if he could just meet me in person, he's never going to be mad at me again.
1 second. Kay, can you go in my office and get my notebook? It's a black notebook, and I need a pen because as you're talking, I can't lose these thoughts of the stuff that I'm going to do. I'm telling you, I'm thinking like there's some things that I'm looking to build, and the things that you're telling me, I'm not calling out Sprouts, but I need to call somebody out. I like this, and I don't want to lose the ideas. So
it's cool.
I'm going to write down the ideas because I thought you were a little crazy.
Good.
Because you came in here with a bunch of books of stuff you wrote down years ago, and I'm like, oh, well, he's one of those manifestors.
Yep. But
that joint works. So I'm going to do a little manifesting. But these ideas, please continue because this is crazy. You're giving me a game plan right now.
I've done it my whole life. It's on repeat. These are my methodologies of chasing a dream for me or creating a dream for somebody else like 2 Chainz or Travis Porter or Young Dolph. Like, it works over and over.
Yep. Okay.
So
emails, you say I'll drive.
I said,
okay.
I said, thank you for the meeting, but I would like to meet with you in person. Because I'm not coming with please stock our beverage. I'm coming with a marketing plan for him. I know his goal is to get more people in those doors. So I actually came up with an idea that is an actual marketing plan for him. So I said, on launch, I want to do 1 million acts of kindness with my audience, where we're going to drive everybody to Sprouts to buy our coconut water, to buy flowers, to buy food, and then they're going to go out into their communities and give flowers to strangers, give food to the homeless, give coconut water to the homeless. I said, this is my game plan. I want to drive people to your stores. He loved the idea. We got stocked the same week as Jay Shetty and Vanessa Hudgens. We were the 3 new brands, Cali Water, Junie Tea, and Once Upon a Coconut. And we outsold Jay Shetty and Vanessa Hudgens by a multiple. Sprouts is very smart with their ordering because as a grocery store, you don't want to get left with inventory. They bought a 90-day supply. They knew we had a big marketing plan, so they bought a lot. 2 days into the launch, it was almost all sold out. And they bought another 90-day supplies 2 days later. It was one of the best marketing beverage launches in Sprouts history. And we outsold Titans. We outsold some of the biggest celebrities in the world. And we did it with a small fan base like my own. I'm not a big celebrity. I just try really hard. And I was willing to get my hand slapped. But I was willing to get my hand slapped not for me. I had a really good idea for him. My whole life has always been about, if I can help somebody else, I will get everything I need.
Yeah.
So I just used that approach, and it worked. And now, Once Upon a Coconut, we have an amazing team. We have an amazing owner. The company is all about giving back and helping the kids and helping the communities. So, like, it's just working, and people really like the product. So it checks all the boxes.
Okay. So I guess I got to go back a little bit because we just kind of like jump straight into it. And Jay has no idea who 2 Chainz is. He's 23 years old. He doesn't know anything about anything. And I was talking to him about I was telling him you were coming, and I was like, yo, they did the dabbing Santa campaign. He had no idea what that was. I'm like, this man, he's a child though. Yeah,
that's cool.
He's in the 2nd grade, 3 years ago. But so we know, I mean, fast forward of obviously managing 2 Chainz and the whole process. Mm-hmm. What came first, Dabbing Santa or CEO Millionaire? Dabbing Santa, right?
Dabbing Santa.
And one, I know y'all sold a lot of those sweaters.
Yeah. Because
a close friend of mine was like knocking off your shirts and selling them.
It happened a lot.
Yeah, for sure. He print my shirts. I walk in, I said, oh, you printed Dabbing Santa? He's like, kind of. And shouts out to my brother Matty J. I know that's a partner of yours as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this Dabbing Santa campaign. And I know you got to tell a little bit of the backstory because I knew you were afraid to bring it to 2 Chainz at first, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, walk me through that process.
Okay. I think this is a story that is really good for the people who need to be reminded that sometimes you don't need to ask for permission to be great. Mm-hmm. You need to get your hand slapped. Yep. It's going to be another hand slap moment. But it's also a story for people who are experiencing struggles in their business. Because at this time, 2 Chainz has about 4 million followers on social media. The record label is managing his merch. I am trying to be a good manager, and I'm like, they're not doing a good job. I think we can make way more money doing it ourselves. And I used to have e-commerce websites before I was in the music industry. I'm an internet guy. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of like Kicks on Fire or nicekicks.com. Mm-hmm. That was my world. So I had a business partner in New York, 16 years old. I'm jumping all over the place. This is crazy.
We're here.
So we're 16
this is
years
good.
old.
How are we doing so far? Let's do it.
16 years old. I have a business partner called CEO Khan. And then my name was CEO Charlie. Do you notice how people name themselves CEO now?
Yeah.
You know where that came from? 16-year-old CEO Charlie and CEO Khan. We were the first ones to do it.
Got it.
He has a website called kicksonfire.com. Mm-hmm. I have a website called fashiononfire.com. And we had an entire media network, and we had a hip-hop website called spityogame.com. Mm-hmm. And so we're 16. We're kids. I'm actually running the clothing line for my competitor, nicekicks.com, out of my mom's basement.
Oh, wow.
That whole sneaker world, there's a whole story about that's like never been told. Long story short.
Can we tell it today?
Not yet. It's going to be for the book.
Gotcha.
But
a little bit.
Once the book comes out,
we'll
tell it. Book comes out next year. So that sneaker world was like my entrance into being a businessman. So fast forward, I'm managing 2 Chainz. E-commerce life was many years ago, but I told 2 Chainz, I'm really good at e-commerce. I'm going to make you rich. So I go to him with an idea to take over his merch, and I say, I need a budget of about $40,000. And 2 Chainz is a very smart businessman. He doesn't like spending too much money up front without knowing if it's going to work. But I was persistent. I said, I want to throw you a launch party. We're going to make these custom jeans. We're going to make these custom ponchos. We're going to have all these shirts. Long story short, we launched some merch. We throw a big, huge release party. 2 Chainz is feeling pretty excited about it. And the website launches tonight. Yeah. I'm gearing up to count the money.
Of course.
I told the merch company who prints everything, I said, make sure you can handle the demand. And make sure the servers are ready because I don't want the servers crashing. This is going to be big. We launched the website. There's thousands of people on the site. Thousands. And I'm waiting for an order. After about 20 minutes, I call the merch company. I said, I think something's wrong with the checkout.
Gotta be, if there's thousands of people on the website and nobody's checking out.
They say, all right, we'll do a test order. They put in a test order. My Shopify app goes, ka-ching. I was like, it works? I was like, there's no way. So I did it. Ka-ching. I was like, oh, God, 2 Chainz is going to kill me.
You can't blame it on the server. Can't blame it on the website.
We sold 8 shirts.
Wow.
8 in the first day. I'm embarrassed. I don't even know what I'm going to tell my client. I know he's going to ask.
Yeah.
He's very about his business. He likes to know his numbers. What am I going to say? You made $150?
Wow.
So he asked, and I said, don't worry. I'm going to figure this out. I don't know why this happened, but I'm going to figure it out. So
what shirt was this?
These are just merch items.
Just regular? Okay, gotcha.
At our shows, they sell.
Yeah.
Online, they're not selling. So I'm embarrassed. I come back with another release. Nothing. I come back with another release. Now I moved to print on demand because I don't want inventory.
Yeah,
like I'm like, I need to but I'm striking out. And my grandfather told me this quote: Santa Claus delivers presents in the dark. He said, so when you're struggling in something, look for the presents.
When you're struggling for something, look for the presents.
Okay.
Break that down.
I'm in my business partner's car. Tech. I'm in his Tesla, banging my head against his window out of frustration. I said, Tech, why the fuck can't I sell a t-shirt? And he said this just simple thing. He said, did you try putting up the shirt that just has 2 Chainz on it from our first album years ago? I said, no. I said, that's an old shirt. Why would I put that up? He said, people seem to like it. I said, let me go upload it real quick. I uploaded it. I put it on 2 Chainz' Instagram. We sold like 60 shirts.
Oh, wow.
I was like, so I'm the problem. like it's not a strategy. It's not ads. It's just the design move the needle. And so I'm banging my head up against his car door, and my business partner just gives me a present. And so I took this and I ran with it. People like 2 Chainz. Well, it's almost Christmas time. What if I put 2 Chainz on an ugly Christmas sweater? I designed it up, uploaded it. We sold like 200. I said, okay, I'm on a winning streak. And when you're on a winning streak, you just want to keep iterating to win more.
For sure.
November 22nd, 8 o'clock in the morning, an idea hit me. Now, I did not think of this idea. Do you know what the word genius means? Where it comes from in ancient terms?
No.
Genius is not who somebody is. Genius is a spirit looking for the person who's ready. So somebody's not a genius. Genius is a spirit. Why do you think it just hit me? The idea just hit me.
Genius is a spirit.
It's a spirit waiting for the right person who's ready to receive it. So I'm in a dark place, banging my head against my business partner's window. He gives me some momentum. My whole energy shifted because even though I only sold 60 shirts, which would have been a loss a couple months ago, I would have looked at that as loss. But instead, I look at that as a win. And I'm like, oh, I won, even though it's 60. Then I did 240. Ooh, win. Now I'm feeling confident. Now I'm feeling like a winner. Now I'm in this place where like my energy is ready to receive an idea because now I feel like a winner. I have momentum. I have confidence. I only sold 240 on the last drop. That's still not any money, but it's my perspective. I could look at it as a loss or I could look at it as a win. Now I'm looking at it as a win because I was at rock freaking bottom on this campaign. And so genius found me. An idea hit me at 8 a.m. in the morning on November 22nd. I did not think of it. Santa Claus doing the dab dance. I call up Ricky Ruckus, our graphic designer. And I said, I have an idea. I now know that ugly Christmas sweaters work. We're going to design an ugly Christmas sweater with a Santa Claus. I need him to be fat, cute, and I need him doing the dab and do little snowflakes and stuff. By 2:00, he had it designed. But now, this is the hand slap moment. This doesn't say 2 Chainz on it.
Right.
This doesn't have anything to do with 2 Chainz.
No Chainz on there.
There's nothing to do with 2 Chainz. This is more so like a Migos thing with the dab, or like Skipper the Flipper, or even like Cap One, 2 Chainz as artists. Like they were the ones doing the dab. 2 Chainz didn't do the dab. And I'm about to have to ask 2 Chainz for permission to upload this very corny, AKA cheesy idea. And I'm like, do I ask him?
Because 2 Chainz is cool.
2 Chainz is
He's
cool.
not corny.
No, 2 Chainz is a real street dude
Right.
from Old National, and I don't think he would like this cheesy, corny merch idea. So I'm thinking to myself, what do I do? If I ask him for permission, he'll probably say no. Am I willing to get my hand slapped? Yeah. So I have to make a decision. I'm like, okay, I'm going to upload it to his Instagram. He has 4 million followers. I know he's going to call me and cuss me out. So I do it. I upload it. I put it on the website. I don't even have a physical version made. Upload it to his Instagram. And the sales are just piling in. I'm talking about the Shopify app was ka-ching, 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 nonstop. It wouldn't stop. And then my phone rings. And his name in my phone is Tit. His name's Titty Boy.
He had no idea that was 2 Chainz his name first. Titty Boy. He had no idea. It's crazy.
It's so fascinating to me.
He's a child. 23.
23. So Tit calls me. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to get cussed out. I said, hello? Man, what's this shit on my Instagram? Ugly Christmas sweater? He said, he was like silent. He was like, 2 of my friends, that they asked me about having one. I was like, bro, because you know his friends are from the hood, so they're really cool, and they're probably like a little bit older too, and they wanted one. I guess they saw it, and I said, Tit, you've done like 20,000 in sales already. He said, all right, keep me updated. And what happened after that moment, I just went into straight delusion mode of like, I gotta win. I have a win, but I need to fuel this. Christmas is coming up in 3 weeks. It means we need this thing everywhere. So I built a little mini team. We sent out influencer packages every day. Wiz Khalifa wore it. Miley Cyrus, Amber Rose, Candy, Ray J. No, we had everybody wearing it, and we had a whole machine built. We spun up a machine in a couple days to make sure every influencer and celebrity on the planet had this.
Wow.
And so this is just a testament of like, if something's failing, look for the presence. There might be an expert who's not even an expert. My business partner isn't a merch expert. He's just my business partner. He's a smart businessman, amazing music executive. But I'm just sitting in his car, banging my head against his window, and he's like, what if you just tried an old T-shirt that we put out years ago? And that just gave me the momentum. But the real lesson in this is I found so much confidence in selling 60 shirts that it stimulated ideas. I started looking at things as wins. 60 shirts, in the scheme of things, is a big loss for 2 Chainz. I looked at it as a win because it was more than 8. And then I iterated, and then I did like 240. And then I iterated, and we sold 2.1 million in 3 weeks.
Wow.
And I would turn on the game, and I'll see Ernie giving it to Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley was wearing it, and then I'll turn on the football game, and Jimmy Johnson and Randy Moss were wearing it, and then I'll turn on the Golden State Warriors game, and I'll see 8 of them in the crowd, and I'll walk in Lenox Mall, and I'll see 20 people wearing it, and then like you said, there were people bootlegging it, and it was a whole nother story of trying to get all the items out to the customers. Because I almost ruined 2 Chainz' entire career and reputation. Because we were selling so many that like our factory wasn't able to handle it. So I'm like having the coolest like business moment of my life, and yet it's on the edge of being the worst moment in my life. But we ended up getting all the customers their items. I moved to Secaucus, New Jersey for a couple weeks, and I stuffed packages myself because I could not let my artists be embarrassed. But long story short, get your hand slapped.
Incredible.
And the second lesson is find the wins. And once you feel like a winner, it allows you to start receiving genius ideas.
I got to ask you about the whole genius thing. Because you were saying that genius is a spirit that enters the person that's ready, which means not everybody can have it no matter how hard they try.
Why not?
Well, I'm saying if it's a thing that's waiting for you to be ready for it to find you, it seems like it's a roll of the dice. Like, man, I could be waiting my whole life.
No.
And you didn't do it. Well, maybe you didn't do anything for the person to give you an idea, which may not be a genius. I'm just trying to understand how someone can extrapolate this and say, how can I be injected with this genius?
We'll reverse engineer it.
Yep.
Before the Dab and Santa genius idea found me, I was feeling momentum. I was noticing the wins. I was feeling like a winner. Let's reverse engineer it past that. I found a win in 240 sold. Now, if I'm comparing myself to somebody else, that's a loss. But I was delusional enough to be like, 240 is a win. And before that, I looked at 60 as a win.
Yes.
And I'm like, these are wins. And the second you feel like a winner, you get confidence, you get momentum, your posture changes. To anybody else, 40, 60, 240, 250, that's a loss for a big celebrity. And yet here I am, excited as could be. We sold 60.
Yeah.
So notice that anybody can find wins in small numbers. Anybody. I found wins in small numbers. My artist should be cussing me out for being excited about 60. Yeah. No, that was more than 8. Yeah. We're on a winning streak. And then now that I have this confidence, I'm like, let me try something.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, basketball player. You hit 3 shots, I'm going to pull up from the logo.
We here now. Give me the ball, bro.
Give me the ball.
Yeah.
So, but that's because you feel like a
winner.
Now, is that a choice or an issue of circumstance?
That is 100% a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
But it starts with the choice because 8 is a loss. I felt like 8 was a loss. When I sold 8 shirts, that was a loss. But now I reshifted my focus to where when I got to 60, oh, I'm winning.
I like that.
And the momentum grows. Yes. You feel like a winner. And then I was ready to receive.
Yeah, I learned something. And I was reading a book or a video or something. And this is while I was still working at the kiosk and I was like selling T-shirts. And, you know, if the day starts, you don't make any money. It's like, oh, man, what's happening? But it was either a sales training video that I was watching or something. And they said the best time to make a sale is right after you've made a sale. Yeah. Because you've got that energy, you got the momentum. And it's, I guess you're 100% right because it's not that the second sale is easier. It's just you're excited.
You holler at girls from time to time in your life?
I only hollered at one girl and I married her.
One girl.
That was it, the whole thing.
Before that,
I never,
not
ever.
once.
I
Not
manifested that one woman. I saved myself until.
That's it.
That's the story I'm telling on this podcast.
Absolutely. But we know where I was going with
100%.
So we don't have to go there.
100%.
Long story short, the presents are delivered in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
If you're struggling, look for it around you. I have another story that was very similar.
Talk to me.
Travis Porter was my first group.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're from Atlanta in the 2010 era, Travis Porter was as big as anybody.
100%.
In this city.
Huge.
In the Southeast, in the college market, Travis Porter was huge. Everything had fallen apart to where we had no money left. Our biggest song was ripped away from us because it ended up being Roscoe Dash's song.
Mm.
Record labels didn't want to sign us. Party promoters didn't want to book us. Everything had fallen apart. My grandfather said presents are delivered in the dark. I'm in College Park, Georgia, at Mr. Hankey's studio, College Park Studios. And he told me about this kid who mixes records for $50.
Mm.
His name is First.
His name is First.
His name is First.
Yeah.
And I go to a studio where he was to give him $200 to mix our songs. And when he walked out of the studio, I saw this pain on his face. And God told me, give him $500.
Mm.
I give him $500. He said, you don't know how bad I needed this. I said, what's going on? He said, I'm homeless. I've been sleeping on this couch in this studio.
Wow.
And so he was very appreciative. And I've always believed in when you give, you will receive. It is a fact.
Mm.
Man, I asked him, do you need a job? Gave him a job. He's our engineer for 6 months. And one day, he brings a keyboard to the studio. Now, remember when I said presents are delivered in the dark?
Yeah.
It's a dark time in his life. I was a present in his life. There's a dark time in my life.
He was a present of yours at
And
this
it's
point.
a present in mine.
Wow.
Because one day, he brought a keyboard to the studio. And we're laughing at him. Like, why you got a keyboard? But you're an engineer.
Yeah.
It's like if your cameraman brought like a saxophone. Be like, why you got a saxophone? Like, man, I play the saxophone. Be like, I know you. You don't play the saxophone.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of clowning him. Man, you don't make beats. Man. One of the first beats he made, Make It Rain.
Make
Top
it
10
rain.
record in the country.
Wow.
Second beat he made, Bring It Back. Top 10 record in the country.
What?
Then he made a beat called Bring It Back times 1,000. And it was A Ladies. Okay, now ladies. Yeah. Number 2 song in the country. He went on to discover Post Malone and signed Post Malone, who's one of the biggest artists of our generation. I gave this man $300 and he helped us make millions.
Mm.
The presents are delivered in the dark. Travis Porter at that time was in the worst place we had ever been. And yet, God sent a blessing, a present, in the form of somebody who most people would overlook because he's struggling.
Wow.
But like, we don't need to always look up to somebody who's successful to change our life. Sometimes you need to look down because geniuses are like, it doesn't matter what their bank account says. They've always had a gift. They've had a gift always, whether they're sleeping on the couch or like you see the old like Kanye documentaries. Like it's just like everybody's like, you produce a rap. Like, but this young man changed my life. His name is First. And he went on to become one of the best producers. Produced a lot of Travis Scott's Astro World. Produced a lot of 2 Chainz, like Watch Out Little Bitch. Like, he's just an amazing producer. Changed my life over and over and over. And I think that's one of those stories where, one, presents are delivered in the dark. When something bad's happening, look around. Lesson number 2 is give. It's going to come back.
Yeah.
And it came back to me. I gave 300. It came back with millions. And
incredible.
And the third lesson is don't overlook anybody. No. This man went on to discover and sign one of the biggest artists of our generation. He was sleeping on the couch. Don't sleep on anybody.
Yeah.
Even the person sleeping on the couch.
Man. All right. So first of all, I want to know about the CEO Millionaire shirt. And I forgot who it was, bruh. But when the CEO Millionaire shirt started going crazy, it was somebody that said he started it, and it said like CEO 100,000 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he's like, man, they stole my stuff. And that was actually my first introduction to you. Because I just remember this. I don't even remember who it was, but I remember him saying that.
Maddie would remember who it was because we actually ended up doing an agreement with him. So did
he break the agreement by telling me that? Well, it was earlier on though. So.
Well, it doesn't matter. It was definitely a hat that he had, he was doing, and you couldn't fit all those O's on the hat.
Right.
But it was also a pretty popular meme.
Right. So just for those at home, it says CEO, comma, O, where it's like CEO, but like 100,000 pretty much.
It was 100,000.
Jay is 23. He has no idea.
And then Maddie J. So we were just coming off of David Shands, and it was my first time getting to work with CEO Maddie J. And it was like,
how'd y'all meet?
We met in. He would remember the story. I went to his house in Vegas one time. How did we meet?
Shouts out to Maddie J, man.
Man, Maddie, like I remember years before we ever worked together, I went to Vegas and I saw his like operation for his clothing line. But then that was impressive to me. But when he showed me his systems, my brain exploded.
What year is this?
This has to be 2011, 2012.
Wow. People weren't even talking about systems in 2011. So shouts out to
e-commerce systems. It was like email drip flows. He was like breaking all this stuff down like a mad scientist. And I was like, who is this young man who's just like a genius? And so I always thought the world of Maddie J. So we worked together on the Dab and Santa, and it was madly insanely beneficial for the business because he brought systems to the table. He brought just so much, like it was just mind blowing what he did and taught me so much. So then it was time to like think of a clothing line that could last because Davin Santa was a 3-week Christmas campaign. Like that can't be a clothing line. So Maddie brought this hat to the table. And then the meme was pretty popular on the internet as well. So I had seen it a couple of times, the CEO, OO. But he introduced us to the guy who started the hat. Okay. I think we did a little agreement with him. I'm pretty sure we did. I've talked to him on the phone. Okay. He didn't seem too salty. Please forgive me.
Until you make millions.
Yeah. Well, the thing is...
You don't get salty till it works out on a high scale.
Exactly. So we did CEO Millionaires, and it started going. And it was really cool because it was the first time that a rapper, like a 2 Chainz, had like what I called a micro brand. So all artists usually would create like these really big clothing lines, like a Rockaware, or they would do merch. And there was nothing in between. There was no micro brand. And 2 Chainz innovated being the first artist to have micro brands to where he had CEO Millionaires. So it's a brand that's kind of big, but like it can honestly fade away and you could just start another one.
Got it. So it's not a full-fledged clothing brand, but it's not just...
It's not merch either.
Watch the show, watch my music, stuff like that.
Exactly.
I got you.
So 2 Chainz didn't have just CEO Millionaires. It also had like the dad hats. So I was in LA. This is actually very interesting, very important to listen to kids in business. I'm in LA, and at the time, artists are wearing snapbacks. Like it was the pop. You know how hats go in different phases. Sure. And I tried to give one of our snapbacks to a 13-year-old kid. He said, man, we don't wear snapbacks no more. I was like, my artists are like really famous. They wear snapbacks. I was like, so what do you wear? He said, we wear Bryson Tiller caps. I said, what's a Bryson Tiller cap? And he showed me, and I'm like, oh, like a polo cap?
He called it a Bryson Tiller. So Bryson was kind of like one of the first to put that on the scene?
Well, Bryson Tiller would wear them. Chris Brown would wear them. 2 Chainz would wear them. They're like polo caps, floppy hats with a strap in the back. But there wasn't a name for it. So I'm doing my little market research. And I see like in LA, like the normcore fashion is becoming pretty popular to where people would like dress like Steve Jobs. You know, like it's called normcore. And so these hats look like a hat like my dad would wear. And so I was like, what if we named it Dad Hat?
You created the name Dad Hat?
Yes, sir. Fader Magazine traced it all the way back to me and did an article wondering where this started.
Wow.
So what I needed to do
Who
was...
are you, bro?
Kid,
what's going on here?
I listened to a 13-year-old kid. That's who I am. Smart enough to listen to people. So I needed us to rank number 1 on Google. So I needed a term for this. That's why I wanted to give it a name, because you can't search polo cap and rank number 1. You can't search Bryson Tiller cap. I'm definitely not about to put that on my artist website. So came up with the name Dad Hat. And I wanted 2 Chainz to have like this like Dad Hat Superstore, where it's like all the little emojis, like the beeper, the hot sauce, or the little sayings.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was the trend. And I want 2 Chainz to be known for this because he wears these hats. He's one of the innovators of this fashion. It's just we're about to double down on it. And so I needed the term Dad Hat to become popular outside of just 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz is a big voice, but I need other voices. So I would do ads on Shade Room and Baller Alert. And those ads at the time, it was like $1,000. It wasn't that crazy, but it started getting the name out there. And then one day I saw, I think it was Chris Brown and Fabulous get in an argument on Twitter and about like who started the fashion trend, because Fabulous was another innovator of the fashion. And they used the term Dad Hat. And that's when I knew it was out of here. And 2 Chainz' sales just went through the roof. And we were selling so many Dad Hats. And it became the industry standard.
Wow.
Like Macy's, Lids. Everybody now calls like a polo cap or a baseball cap a Dad Hat. And that's because of 2 Chainz.
Well,
yeah.
It's because of Charlie Jabaley, bruh.
Well, I was
Well, it's really because of a 30-year-old kid. We need to get it.
I was a man behind the man, but it was like, you know, like I'm just trying to do a good job for my artist.
Incredible.
That's my job as a manager. And I have amazing business partners too. It's not just me by myself. There's so many people that go into this, but it's like I wanted my artist to be successful merch. And we sold 8 shirts. And then we sold 2 million in sales. Then we did CEO Millionaires. Then we did Trapavelli with the Dad Hats. And then it was just one thing after another, and we were just crushing it. But that's what happens when you're decide to be on a winning streak and you start finding the gratitude. Then it just becomes easier and easier, and it compounds.
I think I'm okay with positivity, looking on the bright side.
Yeah.
I think in that way, right?
Okay.
I don't have high highs and I don't have low lows.
Okay.
I don't get too excited about stuff, but I also don't get too, I don't like, nothing's going to take me so low. I am very even keeled because I understand life is about seasons. But I still deal with a lot of personal issues, and people may, they'll see you losing 100 and something pounds or like, you know, like doing all these things, giving out a bunch of money to kids. But I want to know, like, in this current day, today, what are the things that Charlie struggles with?
Man, I struggle every freaking day. I still struggle with my weight. Like, it's really embarrassing when you become a Nike athlete and you're on the cover of like Runner's World magazine and people know you for this like health success. And then you start a nonprofit and you start helping kids and you're just like giving all of yourself away. And then you start gaining weight back. And it's very sad watching somebody gain weight. I gained back 70 pounds and that's very hard, like mentally. But I still become delusionally optimistic about everything I try to lose weight. I never give up. Every day I'm like, no, this is going to work. And then when it doesn't, I like beat myself up and I struggle. But then I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. Now this is going to work. And I'm just always like that. I really don't enjoy staying in a bad place. Remember when I say I want to have fun? So I want to be optimistic about something working. And so I'm willing to try a lot of things. And I'll even have like friends or like people on the internet or experts be like, man, Charlie, Mr. Try Everything, Mr. Start Over Again, Mr. Day One Again. And I'm like, I'm going to be right one of these times. So it's like, I don't mind being embarrassed in the short term. I think about Barry Gordy a lot. You know Barry Gordy?
Yeah, of course.
I read his book. And the thing I took away from it was he was like the 40-year-old family fuck up. And his reputation was, oh, Barry's starting another business. And for those who are watching that don't know Berry Gordy, especially the 23-year-old young man.
He has no idea who that is, bro.
Berry Gordy is the record producer, songwriter, genius who started Motown Records.
So they used to put music on records. It was a record. It was like a disc type thing.
So to put in perspective how big Motown Records is, it would be like a Cash Money Records, but never had a major distribution. They were just an independent label. But instead of having only Lil Wayne, Drake, Nicki Minaj, they had like 50 of those. And he was a black man from Detroit who was a 40-year-old family fuck up. And his reputation at every family gathering was, oh, Barry's starting another business. And it's like every year was a new business. And one year he decided, I'm going to be a songwriter and I'm going to have a record label. And he didn't just start a record label. He created an entire genre of music called Motown. And he outsold every major record label, Columbia, Atlantic, you name it. He outsold it by himself. And that is how big that was. But he was the family fuck up. So I don't mind having the reputation of Charlie's trying something else. Mm-hmm. I don't mind that at all. Because there's going to be one time it's going to hit. And we know Berry Gordy as Motown Records, and that's all you need. You remember the wins. You really don't remember the losses. I can't tell you one business Berry Gordy started that failed.
But there's something to that, though, because it's not that you've failed. It's like you build something, and then it's big. It's amazing. But at some point, if I'm just following your story, mm-hmm. It's like, all right, it all comes to a head at some point, whether it's, your artist with Travis Porter or the clothing, whatever. Do you think it's something about you that won't let you stay in the game of something for a long time? Maybe you get bored. I don't know.
I do get bored. I think there's a lot of things. Like with the music industry, it was a brain tumor. And so that was a life-altering, like rock-bottom moment where I wanted to like chase my dreams. Mm-hmm. But like in other things, I definitely get bored. But that's fun.
Yeah.
It means my bank account's a lot smaller than it should because I didn't allow like the compound effect. Yeah. But my life trophies I'm very decorated in life trophies, and so. I've never said this like publicly, but like if I could be one person on this earth, it would be a fictional character, somebody who's a fictional character. His name's Forrest Gump. Mm-hmm. He ran across America. I biked across America. He had a successful business, Bubba Gump. I have a coconut water company. Mm-hmm. He was in the military, and I was in the music industry. Very similar.
Same stuff.
When he was a kid, he wanted to be an athlete, and he played football, and like everybody made fun of him. He had problems. He was special. I'm not special in that sense, but like he did everything. He wanted to be a ping pong champion. He did that. I'm just trying to live that type of life.
Built a fire clothing line too.
Yeah.
With the little happy face thing.
And I would love, exactly. He built a great clothing line, and I would love to sit on a bench one day and tell an old lady my story. And her even wonder if it's true or not. That's the type of life I want to live. Like, no, you didn't do all that.
Yeah.
You didn't. You weren't in a commercial with LeBron James and Serena Williams, and it was the biggest Nike commercial of all time, and the Nike stock price went up because of a fan-made Nike commercial that you made, and you weren't on the cover of Runner's World magazine. I thought you were overweight. You're still overweight. Like, how did you do that? Oh, you didn't manage some of the biggest artists in hip-hop. Oh, you weren't a part of, like, Nice Kicks and Kicks on Fire. Oh, you didn't. The first stock you bought wasn't Nike at age 8 years old, and then you helped Nike stock price go up $8 billion. You didn't win a Grammy. You didn't win an Emmy. You didn't have a coconut water company that's going to sell for $1 billion. Like, no, you didn't do all that. How old are you? You look like a baby. Exactly. That's the life I want.
Man, I've learned so much, and I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff. And I saw something recent, but I knew I wanted to ask you about this at the end because you are a wealth of knowledge, and the thing that I'm gonna say is pop culture and silly and gossip stuff, but I have to ask about Soulja Boy spitting in your food, okay? Because I'm having a hard time understanding. You are his cameraman at this time, and we can I'll let you tell the story. You're the cameraman at the time, and you were hungry, and he has a bunch of food that he's not going to eat. But instead of him giving it to you, the lowly cameraman, he decides to spit in the food. And I'm having a hard time grasping that. So I'll let you share the story.
Well, I've shared the story. I don't know if I want to share it again.
Well, that's why I kind of just give it most of it. But I'm
what
trying to understand.
What I can say is this. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for anybody who's mistreated me, because I did have my food. It wasn't my food. It was his food. It was leftovers. I did have that food spat in, so I couldn't eat it, and I hadn't eaten for 3 days. But I was able to learn that I'm never going to treat any of my employees like that. So very grateful for that lesson. I'm also grateful because I got fired shortly thereafter. And you believe in destiny?
I do.
What's the chances that the day I got fired were October 4th, 2007? And it was the last day of tour, and the tour ended in Atlanta on October 4th, 2007. And then 10 years later, I'm sick with a brain tumor, and 2 Chainz' last day of his tour, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music Tour, ends in Atlanta on October 4th, 2017. And that's the day I retired. 10 years to the day. But want to know what's crazy about it destiny-wise? 2 Chainz' last day of his tour wasn't supposed to end in Atlanta. He got in an ATV accident. The tour was supposed to start in Atlanta a couple months earlier. He got in an ATV accident, broke his leg, broke his arm. He's in a wheelchair. He does the entire tour in a wheelchair. We took the first half of the tour, applied it moved it as the last half of the tour, and that made it to where the last day of the tour is now going to be Atlanta, Georgia, 2017, the day I'm retiring. I got to have a chapter in my music career. From the day I got fired, I said, I'm going to be a manager. This is a winning streak. I got fired. I went home to my mom's house. I said, Mom, this is a blessing. I'm going to be a manager. And I went on to build one of the biggest management companies in hip-hop. And I got to retire 10 years to the day in the same city, in the same scenario. It was perfect. And 10 is like the number of perfection. Everything bad that happened was perfect.
Man, because maybe if you did satisfy that hunger, you might have still just been Soulja Boy's cameraman.
And that wasn't supposed to be what I was meant for more.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, cameraman was great. But I told my mom when I got fired, I went back to her basement. I said, I'm going to be the highest paid person on the team now. She said, what do you know about managing artists? I said, I'm going to be the best because I'm the cameraman. I know how to make them famous. And I got to be in every room. Now, this is the beautiful thing about delusional optimism. A bad situation can take somebody out the game for about 6 months mentally. I let it be about 6 hours in mine. Why? Because it's just more fun. I will always go back to that. I get fired at the airport. So I didn't even know I was fired. We were supposed to fly to LA for the Jimmy Kimmel show. Was it Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon? Jimmy Kimmel. I always confuse them. My girlfriend remembers everything.
How long have you been together?
4 years.
4 years.
But I told the story.
Gotcha.
And like she was like, make sure she went and did her research. Right. Jimmy Kimmel. So we're supposed to fly to LA for the Jimmy Kimmel show to promote the album. And I didn't get the itinerary. And I was like calling everybody. Nobody's answering my phone. So I just go to the airport to be proactive because I know we're flying out. If I know one thing, I don't know my flight information. This is before there was apps and stuff. Like you go to the counter, you print out your boarding pass. So I know we're flying out. So I go to the airport and I'm on ice machine. I'm getting iced by the team. Nobody's answering my calls. And after a few hours at the airport, I'm like, I think I'm fired. So I get on the MARTA bus. I go back to my mom's house. I have no money. And I tell my mom, I'm fired. And she says, are you okay? I said, I'm great. She said, why? I said, Ma, this is a winning streak because I'm the lowest paid person on the team. My food has got spat in. Like, I'm not treated properly. But the highest paid person on the team is the manager. I'm going to be the highest paid person on the team. The second you find gratitude in a bad situation, it opens up a world of possibilities. Yeah. Or you stay in the bad situation and it's no fun. Possibilities, fun. Yeah. Bad situation, broken record of anger, and I'm just not going to get anything out of that. It's just not fun. So I find gratitude. And I confirm my belief system because that's what humans need to do. That's what all humans do. We are going to confirm our beliefs. What do they call it? Like confirmation bias, I think. You confirm your belief system. So once I believe that this is a win, I start looking for the reasons it's a win. I was underpaid. I was treated poorly. Now I'm about to be rich. And I'm actually going to be the best manager because I got to be in every room. I got to meet all the DJs. Everybody liked me. The record label liked me. I have the relationships. Like, I'm going to be a great manager because I can put my artist videos on YouTube and I know how to get them a lot of views. Yeah. I'm going to be a great manager. So I tell this to my mom and I build a big management company. And it's because the presents are delivered in the dark. It's pronoia instead of paranoia. Universe is conspiring for me, not against me. It's delusional optimism. And it's just a way better way of living life, man. Yeah. It's just being angry at people is just not fun. Yeah. I'm not really going to get anything out of it. So am I special that I have this gift? Maybe. But I've practiced it. I practice it every day. Can anybody practice it? Absolutely. Because we're humans. We are supposed to look for the wrong things. That's just human nature, right? Like if there's driving down you ever been on the PCH?
No, what's that?
In California, Pacific Coast Highway. It's a beautiful road. It's a highway. You got the mountains on the left, you got the ocean on the right, and it's this beautiful highway. Now, if you're driving down this beautiful highway, and on the right is an ambulance, a police car, and a car flipped over, and you're driving down the highway, and there's a beautiful sunset on the left, and this going on the right. It's so hard as a human not to look at the ambulance. Yeah. But that's us every day. Like things that go wrong, whether it's like drama, reality TV, like things like this. Those are the ambulances. Yeah. But there's so much beauty going on. It's just so hard to fight the temptation to look at the sunset while this is happening. Sunset is gorgeous. Like it's like a miracle. Yeah. It's so pretty, but it's so hard to look at it when this is going on. So basically what I'm trying to say is human nature, we're supposed to look for the things that are wrong. Yeah. That's human nature. I have to combat that every day and practice looking for the things that are right. And I do it by this method I call I'm on a winning streak. And it starts when I go to get my cup of coffee in the morning. I get the cup of coffee and I order, I would like a double shot of espresso on ice with a splash of almond milk and 2 raw sugars. And the barista, she says, that'll be $2.47. I said, all that happiness for $2.47? I'm on a winning streak. Yeah. Some people need cars for happiness. Some people need mansions for happiness. Some people need Louis belts for happiness. This $2 cup of coffee is going to make me happy. I'm on a winning streak. And when you're on a winning streak, you start looking for wins. So I'm tuning my frequency, okay? Because I want to feel like a winner. Because when I feel like a winner, those genius ideas hit me, and my confidence, my shoulders, how I talk changes. Everything changes. And now I catch the green light. I'm on a winning streak. Now I'm at the grocery store. I get the good parking spot. Ooh, universe is conspiring for me. I'm now pronoid instead of paranoid. Ooh, boom. I'm on a winning streak. And then I pick up the phone. Boom. I call my mom. That's a win. My mom's alive. Okay, now I'm looking at every small thing as a win to tune my frequency, because that's something I can do. I don't need a big thing to happen to feel like a winner. I got all these small things happening. So now I'm looking at the sunset instead of the car wreck. Once you practice looking at the sunset, you get addicted to the sunset. It is too beautiful. I am not about to mess this up. So long story short,
that's good.
I have to be on a winning streak no matter what the situation is. I get fired, I'm on a winning streak. I catch 60 sales, I'm on a winning streak. I catch 240, I'm on a winning streak. That's why I end up with the 2.1 million in sales, or that's why I end up with the Nike commercial, or that's why I end up with the #1 records, because I'm actually grateful for the small wins, and I become a lightning rod for luck.
I love it. Last question before we get out of here, because you have the notebooks, and it seems like when you say stuff, it happens. I want to know what you see yourself accomplishing over the next 5 years, because I'm looking forward to watching this 5 years from today and being able to run the tapes back.
Okay, yeah.
And Charlie being around Tyler Perry and Oprah and Jay-Z saying, yo, I did this interview with this kid. This is what I said 5 years ago. And look, I'm here. So
yeah.
Let's give Charlie's 5-year predictions.
Now, for everybody watching this, notice a couple things. You're going to notice a couple things. You're going to notice how I say it. You're going to notice my certainty, and you're going to notice my confidence.
Okay.
And this is something that a lot of people can do. I actually just got a haircut before I came here, and the barber actually did this same thing I'm about to do, and I was so impressed by him. He said, man, I just moved to Atlanta from New York. I'm about to start this business. It's a freaking genius, and it's going to crush it. He said, it's phenomenal. He was saying these words. He said, this is such a phenomenal idea. And I was like, wow, he is going to win. He didn't allow me to have any opinion of whether he was going to win or not. And so many times people are afraid to speak on their dreams because the way you say it is actually going to allow somebody to have an opinion. I'm going to say my dream 2 different ways. The first way is I'm thinking about writing a book. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I've never written a book before, but like I think I can be a pretty good author. I'd like to become a New York Times bestselling author. Okay. And I read that if you sell about 15,000 copies, you can become a New York Times bestselling author. Thinking about self-publishing it, but I'm not sure. Because publishing companies, they would take like 85%, and they would own the IP, but they would have like the PR machine and stuff. So I might do that. But if I self-published it, I'd probably need to hire an editor. But that I know sometimes can like cost like 20, 30 grand. That's pretty expensive. But yeah, long story short, I want to become a New York Times bestselling author.
That sucked, Charlie.
Yeah, that sucked. But that was a realistic way of like a thought process of like what it's like thinking about selling a book.
But it was a mirror though. You know what I mean? Being able to watch you say it, I'm wondering how uncertain I am. And I don't think I've ever pulled out a full notebook and started taking notes. Because I'm listening to the information, but some stuff moves me from this conversation that I don't want to lose in the conversation. But yes, I'm sorry. Proceed.
Okay. Now I'm going to do it in a delusional way.
Yeah.
Okay. I looked up on the internet that How to Win Friends and Influence People sold like 100 million copies. I saw that the book The Alchemist sold 150 million copies. I saw that the Let Them Theory book, she sold 7.5 million copies in the last 6 months.
Shouts out to Mel. It's good.
I was like, it's probably pretty easy to sell a whole bunch of books. I'm going to write a classic. my number's 30 million. The name of my book is called Winning Streak, Mastering the Art of Delusional Optimism. It's coming out November 27th, 2026. This Black Friday. It's going to have a ton of FOMO. I'm going to do like a crazy marketing push. And it's going to be like a fashion statement. This book is not going to be like a typical book. I'm going to make it look like a classic.
Did you just look at my book as typical?
No, I was looking for a book.
But you were looking at it.
I was looking at a book. By the way, that is a genius title. I was looking at, it's the only book I can find.
Okay. He's like, it's not like.
You see this?
Yes.
This, to me, this is linen cover, and it's a coffee table book.
100%.
I want mine to be like a coffee table book. I want your wife to walk into Target and be like, I'm never going to read this book, but I'm buying it because it's going to look good on my coffee table. To where you're going to walk into your house and you're going to be like, do you even know who that is? Now, this is a true story in my life. There's a guy named Rick Rubin, legendary producer. There are 2 of his books in my house. My girl bought them at Target. I said, do you know who Rick Rubin is? She said, no.
Wow.
I said, why did you buy it? It looks good. It's a linen cover. It looks like a coffee table book, but it's a normal size book. But it's just beautiful. And it's like, it doesn't have a paper cover flapped around it and all that. It looks like a classic. I was like, mine's going to look like a classic. I'm going to sell 30 million copies. First day, I'm going to sell 30,000 the first day. But I have a strategy on how I'm going to do it because I'm reverse engineering it, and it's actually going to be easy. None of this is going to be hard because I'm going to go do about 200 podcasts. I'm going to get all my stories out there, and I'm going to see the ones that people respond to the best. Whichever ones get the most views, I now know what people respond to. So these are my chapters. My chapters are already going to be written. Okay? No. This is easy.
Cooking right now,
Everything about this is easy. I'm going to write one of the greatest books ever written to get people out of a dark situation on how to just think delusionally optimistic to achieve all of their dreams. Because I actually have a process. Because I haven't done it once. I haven't done it twice. I've done it at least 20 times in my life for 20 different dreams. So I'm going to tee it up for every single person. And it's going to be a class. It is going to be the go-to book if you want to be on a winning streak in life, which we all want. Now, I have a very large female following because I run a nonprofit. They like the philanthropy. 80% of book buyers are women. So I'm going to sell a lot of books to women, and I'm going to design it for women. It's going to be a fashion statement. I'm going to sell so many books, and I'm going to self-publish it, okay? And it's not going to be hard. I'm actually going to make way more money because I get to keep my IP, and a lot of my stories are going to turn into a movie, and I'm going to own the IP of that. And this is going to be one of the greatest stories ever told, and it is going to be easy. Notice how
I took notes.
The difference between the two. I didn't give you a chance to have an opinion on if I'm going to win.
Yo, let me tell you though, when you say 30 million, it's so big because I wrote a book. Mm-hmm. And when you say 30 million, in my head, I was like, whoa, 30 million? But before I can get the whole thought out, you explained it. I know, like, if you would have just said that part, I would have been forming opinions because I don't understand it. And I'm like, oh, well, that's delusionally optimistic. Mm-hmm. But I the more you kept talking, the more I was like, dang, how can I help? I was thinking to myself, like, what can I do to, like, assist? Because this is incredible. Because I believe you.
Last thing I
work for you now.
Bigger is easier. Elon Musk only does really big things. Even like, let's take a Richard Branson. Richard Branson has had businesses that have failed. Go see which ones they were. It was the wedding dress business, the smallest ones. When he wants to do something big, the right people show up to help him. Bigger is easier. Look at Elon Musk. He runs 4 or 5 different billion-dollar companies. The right people are inspired. They get something out of being in his network because it's big. Bigger is easier. I think it was going to be easier for me to sell millions of copies than it would be for me to sell hundreds of thousands because I'm going to reverse engineer both. You know what Parkinson's law is?
What's that?
It's no matter what, as humans, we are going to fill the container we are given. Let's go cleaning our house or a college exam. Cleaning the house. You have a week to clean the house. You're probably going to do it in the last couple hours. You have a week to do a report in college. You could take up the whole week, or you could do it in 2 hours. Parkinson's law is you're going to feel it. If you gave yourself 2 hours, you will complete it. If you gave yourself a week, you will feel it. Both got filled. If I want 30 million sales, I will find a way with my ideas to add up to that. I just need the math to add up. Yeah. So my thoughts are going to be bigger because I need the math to math. To where if I say 15,000, my thoughts are going to math to 15,000. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do like 20 podcasts. I'm going to, try to get on some TV shows, and I'm going to promote this, and I'm going to go do some speaking engagements. My math is going to add up to 15,000. I need my math to add up to 30 million. So that's where my thoughts go every day. We're going to fill the container we're given. So it's just like a little cheat code. Bigger is easier.
That's so good. Man, Charlie, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I've been inspired. I've been motivated. I'm sure the viewer is too. But yes, I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is one of my favorite podcasts. I was just going on the record and saying this. You brought out a different side of me. I wish we could do one with Matty J too. I would love to be in that. I want to be in that podcast. I think he's a genius. And you are too. And the three of us having a conversation about like business. Oh God, I want to do that.
Yes, is the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, Maddie's supposed to come back to Atlanta, and we're supposed to sit down. I'm going. Where do you live now?
I live in Malibu.
Yeah, Malibu,
California. But I've been kind of like excited to like come spend more time back here.
Yeah, man, come on back home. Come back home, man. How was it?
It was good. I was gonna say something actually because I felt like you manifested at the beginning that it was gonna be the best episode.
That was the trick. That was it.
And we filled the container. It could either be manifestation or Parkinson's law. The realistic one, we filled the container. You wanted it to be the best, we filled it.
This is so good.
Or you manifested it. Both are true.
Absolutely.
Everybody's right.
Charlie, let them know how to get in touch with you, man. And please, please, please leave us off with a word of wisdom.
I'm on the internet, not hard to find. Word of wisdom. If you take anything away from this podcast, I would ask you to do a couple things. Mm-hmm. Go buy a notebook, for one. These are my notebooks.
Order a nice notebook. We're gonna order a really nice notebook.
Order the magical ones. There's a company called Paper Blanks. They sell them on Amazon. They look magical. It's fun. It's like Harry Potter. Order a notebook. Before you write in it, go find like 20 wins in your life. Tune your frequency. Start feeling some momentum. And then dream unrealistically. Dream delusionally. And notice how that feels. And your brain is going to try to kick in. And just stop it. Re-listen to this episode if you have to. And try to get your brain on the same team as your heart. And when your brain stops kicking in with all the reality and it starts finding ways to work for the heart, everything will follow after that. That's all I got to say.
Man, thank you. Listen, man, do me a favor. Go follow Charlie on Instagram, all the platforms, all the outlets, and also do yourself a favor. Go get you some social proof, meaning go build something, build it really, really big, and then come back to your community and teach them how you did what you did. It's the only way our community grows. We are out. Peace.
Thank you, man. I feel like I got to be crazy, which is my natural state. But not every platform I feel like I can like let loose.
Nah,
can I get a picture of y'all? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy today.
I'm sorry. Hold on, let me just point down a little bit.
I had some of that amazing merch. I had a Cap'n Crunch hat. I had.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Come on, Chopper Valley.
I had the El Chapo Jr. Jersey too.
Come on, man. For real?
I got a picture.
I forgot we did it. So many philosophies that like I don't get to get off unless I'm just talking to my boys on the phone. You know, because I study hip hop every day. Like I miss it.
Thank you, bro. Anything you need from me, please let me know.
Hey, anybody I could possibly, if there's anybody in my network that you see follows me, you want me to shoot a message, any dream guests or anything, just let me know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bro.
Peace.